is Suprita. I'm a third year medical student in BGS Medical College, Bangalore. And in today's video, let's talk about exams. Maybe you have a week or 10 days, or maybe you have studied, or maybe you haven't at all. Here are 5 things that you need to do so that you can prepare well for your internals in a short period of time. Let's go. Step 1. Make a list of all the topics and subtopics that you have for the exam. Usually the topics are given in the index of each textbook, but I like making a separate list so that I have the list of all the topics for all subjects in one place. For this, I use Google Keep. It is a free app. Just log into it using your Google account and go to Take a Note. In the title, write the name of the subject that you want to make a list for. Here I'm writing ophthalmology. And then you just start taking notes. But before you do that, go to More and choose the Show Tick Boxes option so that you can get a list with tick boxes like shown below. And then you just start filling in the topics that you want to read. After you've made a list of all the topics that you want to read, just press anywhere outside the box and then you should get a list somewhat like this. Yes. Now after you get a list, go to the palette option and then choose whatever color you want to for that list. Color coding here is important, and I'll let you guys know why color coding is important when I go to Google Calendars to make a schedule in the next step. Step 2. Make a schedule. Now that you know the topics that you need to cover and also you know the amount of time left for your exams, you need to make a schedule and stick to it. For this, I use Google Calendar. No, this video is not sponsored by Google, but I like using it because of how easy it is to use. So the first thing you do is go to the right bar and choose the bulb-like option, which is going to open your Google Keep. So basically all the list of topics you made in Google Keep is going to show up in Google Calendar. I have already made a few sessions in my Google Calendar. I'll show you how to schedule a session. So you go to the particular day and time during which you want to create a session, and you'll end up with a window like this. Write the title. I am naming it as Study Session 2. You can also schedule the time. I am choosing a 3-hour study block from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Now once you are done with the session, the most important thing is the color coding. Now I color code these according to the subjects that I want to study. So you right click and choose the color you want. Basically, if it is purple, it means that I have to study ophthalmology. And if it is green, I have to study community medicine. You will get a reminder for the topics that you have scheduled, and you can just look at the color code and start studying. Now, one more important thing in this is that once you're done with the topics, you can just click the checkbox and the topics you're done will get cleared off. So this gives you an idea about the number of topics that you have covered and also the number of topics that you are yet to cover. So this is how you make a schedule for yourself. Number 3. Choose a proper textbook. Don't ever make the mistake of reading for an exam from a standard textbook. They are only for building concepts. But for your exams, make sure you read from an Indian author textbook which is concise and is enough for your exams. Because if you read from a standard textbook, the amount of information is very vast and you will not be able to concise it into an answer. Step 4 is executing the plan. Now that you have a list, have made a schedule, and you also have chosen a textbook, the next important step is to study. So I usually use 2 important approaches to study for any exam, and that is number 1, prioritizing the topics, number 2, understanding the concepts. Usually not everything is important for the exams, and you need to study smart and not hard when you're preparing for an exam. and you need to know the things that the examiner wants you to know. So to prioritize the topics, the most important thing that you can do is to look at the previous year question papers and question banks. Looking at it, you'll get an idea about the topics that are frequently asked, and these are usually the most important topics that the examiners want you to know. So start reading them first, finish them off. That is prioritizing the topics. Number 2 is understanding the concepts. So you have prioritized your topics, you know what to read, but how do you read it? Well, what I usually do is I end up watching videos on YouTube about the particular topic that I'm reading. Look at videos from Osmosis, Ninja or Dr. Najib, and now when I come back to read the textbook, it is easier because I already know the concepts, and so I only look at the important definitions, important points, and diagrams given in the textbook. Step 5 is revision. Now, how much ever you have studied, if you don't revise, then it's of no use because you're not going to remember anything. For revision, I like using spaced repetition, which means that I'm going to revise what I studied today, 2 days later, and then a week later. I have already made a revision timetable for whatever I studied on 25th, on 28th. So basically, whatever I studied on 26th, I will revise it on 29th. So this is how you do spaced repetition so that you can fight your forgetting curve and improve your memory. Now, the most important thing here to remember is that when you're doing revision, it is important to do active recall. Don't just reread your textbook when you're trying to revise. Take your question papers, look at the questions, and try to answer them without actually looking at the textbook. This is how you'll be able to improve your memory and be able to recall better during your exams. Don't reread your textbooks, but try to actively recall whatever you had studied. Revision only takes around 20 to 30 minutes, so don't miss them. That is all for today, guys. I hope these tips are helpful to you. If you want me to cover any other topics in my future videos, please let me know in the comment section below. Stay safe and have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye.